This is my best thrift haul ever. Let's go thrifting for some DVDs. Usually in these thrift videos, I'm like, let's thrift for physical media. But let's be honest, I'm just gonna find DVDs. I rarely find CDs. I never find vinyls. And honestly, I have a lot of DVDs on my list. So let's just focus on that today. Plus, I'm also trying to do like some reverse psychology with the universe. So maybe we will find some CDs. I am going to 3 places today, 2 thrift stores, 1 antique store, one of which, the first thrift store, I've never been to before. I drive by here all the time, but I've never been in. I don't even know if they have DVDs. We're going to find out together. But before we go in, I have to say what my top hopes are, what my hopes and dreams are to find today. The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. That is always my number one. It's going to remain my number one until I find it. I'd also like to find Ratatouille, Almost Famous, any Jane Austen adaptation I don't already have, the second Hobbit movie that I can never remember the name of. I also want to find Dead Man's Chest and At World's End. I have Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, which took me a while to find because every time I thought I found it, it either would not be inside or it would be severely damaged. And a while ago, I thought I found Dead Man's Chest. No, it was Curse of the Black Pearl inside, so we can manifest. And there are probably some other DVDs I'd like to find that are like top of my list, but we're just gonna see. It's always a win with if I find just one thing on my list. That makes it a win. So that's what we're gonna hope for. Let's go in and see what this place is all about. That was the quickest in and out I've ever had at a thrift store. I thought it would be back by the electronics and books because that made sense. No DVDs back there. And so then I did a lap on like the outer rim of the store because that's also usually where they put the DVDs and stuff. Nothing there. And because that was so disappointing, I think I'm going to go to another thrift store that they do have DVDs. I don't think I've ever picked up anything there, but I have found some interesting things there. And then we're going to go to my beloved Deseret Industries, who never lets me down, and then the antique store, because that it's one thing not finding any DVDs to take home. It's another just straight up not finding any DVDs. But also, I didn't know if they would have any going into it. So we're just moving on. We got a CD, you guys. Yes, I did seriously buy Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel soundtrack. Fun fact about me, when Chipwrecked came out, the third Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, um, came out, I listened to the Chipmunks. Specifically, I think it was the Chipette version of Survivor. I think I spent $1.29 on that on iTunes, and I listened to it a lot. Just if you wanted to know that information about me, here's the amazing lineup. I tried to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks in recent years. I could not get through it. Ooh, sometimes I feel like as a nostalgic person, I go back and rewatch a lot of my childhood favorites a lot. And a lot of the times they hold up. And then there are a few where I'm like, Mom, I'm so sorry you had to sit through this. And while Alvin and the Chipmunks might be one of them, the soundtrack slap, okay? Their covers, iconic. I can't pass that up. And then at Deseret Industries, I picked up 2 movies. I got Freaky Friday, which, fun fact, I passed up on a couple of weeks ago at a record store because it was $5, and this was $1. Now, the outside has been through it, so I'm going to do something about that. We're going to have a little DIY moment, but the disc itself, it's got a couple scratches, but I think it'll play completely fine. But this movie's been on my mind recently, so I'm like, this is perfect. And then I got Hitch. Fun fact, I keep saying fun fact. I gotta stop that. I just watched this movie for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and I really enjoyed it. I checked it out from the library, and so when I saw it today, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll buy it. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm in a rom-com mood right now. It's quite fun. They did have the 1970s Persuasion, but I did pass up on that. I've not seen any of like sometime in the 70s they made the 6 Jane Austen adaptations, and I've not seen any of them. Obviously it was only $1, so I could have just gotten it, but I want to watch those through the library to make sure. But then at Eco Thrift, I picked up Mona Lisa's Smile, and this one was kind of at a discount. I paid $2.26 for it. I saved 25%, so that's cool. This movie has been on my list for a while. I've heard it's a perfect autumnal movie, and usually in August, I, like many people, am like, I'm ready for fall. I'm done with summer. I want pumpkin spice and all the spooky things, but not this year. This year, I'm really diving into summer, and I love it. And I feel like it's because June and July, I was not in the most summer mood. I don't know what it was. I don't know where I was. But this month, August so far, even though it's the 5th currently, these past 5 days, boy, have I been in the summer mood. So I will get around to this October, November, because it's not going to be cool here for a while. But I'm quite excited about this movie. Anywho, I already have a fabulous haul. Usually I only find 3 things in these videos. That's been kind of my streak, but I still have the antique store to go to, which I know the areas that have the most DVDs, where I've had the best luck. When I last went there, 2 times ago, 3 times ago, sometime in the last 2 years, I got a One Direction concert film from their first tour. And I watch it at least once a year. So I'm hoping to find something like that there, or of course something on my list. But I feel good about this. Okay, I don't want to touch Freaky Friday anymore. It's gross. Okay, antique store. I found 3 movies and 1 CD at the antique store, and I am so excited about it. I truly did not think I was going to find anything, but let's just start off with the bangers. 2 movies on my list. Right. I got Dead Man's Chest and At World's End. They were $8 each, which is a lot more than I like to spend. Typically at thrift stores, my limit is $3, and antique stores, my limit is more like $5. However, I do have exceptions for movies on like my big ISO list, which these are on. And both of these still have all of the little booklets and stuff inside, which I think is so cool, and I couldn't pass it up. They were literally waiting there for me. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean movies so much. I even enjoy the 4th and 5th ones. I know they're not for everyone. I mean, obviously the main trilogy is the best of the best, but the others, they're all right in my books. I also picked up Marie Antoinette. I watched this for the first time a few months ago, and it's one of those where it's like, how did it take me so long to watch this? I feel like, I don't know if this is quite in like cult classic territory, but I really enjoyed this movie, and this was $4. And finally, I found the Aladdin soundtrack. I love Disney, and I'm slowly collecting Disney princess CDs, and so Aladdin is the next addition to this. I'm so excited. I love it whenever it's the songs performed as well as the score. Those are my absolute favorites. So I'm very happy about this, and this was $3. I mean, like I said earlier, I normally end the hauls with like three things. This is 8. We almost tripled it today. This is amazing. This is such a good haul, you guys. I am so excited. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had an absolute blast. I can't wait to get home and clean these guys and probably watch them. Well, obviously not all of them. Like I said, Mona Lisa's Smile, that's got to wait for the fall time. But I'm just so excited. This is so cool. And this is your reminder to go to the thrift store and thrift DVDs. And if not, go to the library and check out DVDs, because this is so much cooler than whatever any streaming network can provide.